So this being a modelling channel, I thought it was about time I actually showed some models instead of reviews and stuff that's going on. So I've been in the display cabinet and I've picked out a few kits that I built a while ago. So this is a bit of an oldie kit. This is a Focke Wulf 56, the Stosser, which is a small little parasol winged reconnaissance plane, I guess. It did have armament. There's a couple of machine guns here at the front, but generally it was used more on a reconnaissance role. I'm not sure it was much of a fighter. That's where the machine guns are. And this is depicted in Spanish Civil War colours. The Republican side had a few. Bit of a strange story behind them. I mean, after building this, I did actually find out a bit of the history on that, and it's a few funny things happened, as with most things during that war, but I think these were obtained via the invasion of Ethiopia. They were used, I think they were aimed to go to the Ethiopian government to fight against the Italian invasion, but it was all over before they got there, so they were rediverted to Spain, and then that's when the Republicans had them, because the Spanish Republican government were embargoed during the Spanish Civil War in a very strange set of circumstances, and that meant that no one really supplied them with anything, so they had to get their aircraft through very strange means, this being one of them, and quite a strange way to get it, through Ethiopia. Another one is the Bristol Bulldogs that came via Estonia, I believe. So some very strange things were going on, but it meant for some very interesting aircraft turning up. These were used in a reconnaissance role, and halfway through, as was the case with a lot of the Republican stuff, they started taking the engines off and putting radio engines on, and one of the Republican generals came across a mechanic actually changing out this, and had him arrested for sabotage, which was then promptly shown, I believe, I don't know whether this is true, but this is how the story goes, that one of the chaps there, to prove that it wasn't sabotage, took the plane up with the radio engine on and flew it around with his sticking his legs out of the aircraft, and that ended up in the general who got the mechanic arrested getting arrested himself, and then he was done for sabotage, I believe, or something like that. There was a lot of things going on during that war like this. Needless to say, they did sort of have them like this. This is the best I could see as far as registration numbers. C1, I think there was 3 or 4. There's only really one picture of these, and it shows the camouflage pattern, which is a lot more stronger and quite wide stripes. It's quite a strange camouflage, but I found all of that after I'd made the aircraft. So very nice, enjoyable kit. This is Hella at its best, so it's a very old tooling. I don't know when it, probably the 70s or something like that. Went together absolutely no problem. Parasol wing, just to get it lined up, needed a bit of super glue and had to be forced into the struts, but it was all okay. It came out alright in the end, and a very nice build. I mean, you really should, if you're new to modelling, or perhaps not, I wouldn't overlook these old Hella kits, Matchbox kits as well, similar. There are some really some real gems amongst them, so if you do a little bit of research and have a look, you'll find that it's some very, very interesting aircraft. I mean, how a mainstream producer managed to put out a injection molded kit of an FW56 Stosser, I'll never know, but they did it, and presumably it sold well, and it's still about now. It's been re-released, I believe, in the new Hella as it is. So I'll leave you now with some pictures, and I've got a few more aircraft to go through, so I'll pop them up on the channel in due course.